Can you guys imagine looking into someone's eyes that you've known your entire life, and it's as if that person isn't even there? To look into their eyes and it's as if their soul is gone. You tirelessly try and try and try to change this person, but you can't, no matter how hard you try. And this person will often be a stranger, act like a stranger to you, and can get violent with you. More families than you guys know have actually had to deal with this situation, with this mental disability. Some people with this mental disability will try to go and seek help, as others will not go and seek medical attention almost their entire life. Now, to say that I do know a little bit about this disability is quite an understatement. Not me personally, but someone that I do know actually has this and is continuing to deal with this. So the purpose of my speech, guys, is to inform you about the causes and effects of schizophrenia. Today I'd like to talk to you about genes taking a role, how the environment can cause these symptoms as well, how a person with schizophrenia may look or act, as well as how their friendships and family relationships are going to be affected by this. So the first way to pinpoint if a person does in fact have schizophrenia is by knowing their background. Has anyone in their family had it? Or has there been a significant life change that could have been so stressful for this person to have an episode? Now, according to Search Missing Schizophrenia by Karan Kumar, has collectively said, logically de novo genomic changes of immediate effect will involve structural variations, including transpositions, while epigenetic changes may begin with DNA. And although small, a person's genotype is going to determine whether they have this or not. So like in basic biology, if a person's alleles are dominant or recessive, is going to conclude if that person actually has that character. Now, consequently, a person can go through a tragic or life-changing event that will cause these symptoms to actually take place in their life, such as people dying, or they're losing their houses, or they're losing their jobs, or one after another. Now, another way to pinpoint if a person does have it is by how they look or how they act. And as said by Charles and Sigmund in their research article, social functioning was extensively related to general intelligence, basic neurocognition, facial emotional cognition, and clinical symptoms with different association patterns. So depending on a person's facial expressions or how a person in general is, they might be neutral and not show any emotions at all. They might show anger or panic. They might show confusion. And this person is going to act paranoid. They can hear voices. They can speak rapidly, or they can show mental confusion. Now, from personal experience, a certain family member of mine was always paranoid that someone was following her. She lacked sleep, and her anger could easily be triggered, and she didn't eat much. And lastly, a person's friendships and relationships between family members will take a hit, guys. In many cases, a person with this mental disorder can burn bridges with your family member, especially if the person does not go to seek help. So as said by Satish and R. Patil, the present study has shown that family members of patients with schizophrenia experience considerable high degree of family burden compared to depressive disorder groups. So some family members are going to feel as if taking care of a person constantly is too energy draining. Now, outrageous behavior such as causing a scene in public can cause family members and friends to veer away. No one wants to be around someone who's going to constantly pick a fight or scream whenever someone passes them or crosses their paths. Now, consequently, burning these bridges can cause a person to seek attention elsewhere. 9 out of 10, it is going to be a negative effect. So a person will grab whatever positive attention to them that is given their way. Ultimately, it's not their intentions to do so. It's a chemical imbalance, and they don't know what they're doing. So in conclusion, the purpose of my speech, guys, was to talk to you about the causes and effects of schizophrenia. I spoke to you guys about the genes and the environmental changes that can trigger these, as well as how a person with schizophrenia might look or act, and as well about how a person's family and friendships can actually be affected. And I can confidently tell you that I was able to talk about this topic very confidently because I have had this issue with another person almost my entire life, and I've known how to deal with it and what it actually looks like. So if you guys see someone or you know of someone who is showing these signs, please call 911, talk to a police officer, and make sure that this situation is dealt with. Make sure that you ask for a psychological evaluation. And now there are many signs of a person with schizophrenia that I have only explained a few, so please make sure that you do know this for sure. This person can having a very, very bad day. Don't judge them. Don't mess with them. Just let them be if you're not sure. Alright, remember to leave it up to the professionals to decide.